So, good evening, good evening. We are back again. International break is upon us. Players are dropping like flies. 29 is the latest one to put out for Germany. He's apparently injured, got a knee injury. But we are going to have a little debate over Calafiori and whether he's actually any good and whether he should be playing at centre-back or at left-back. We're going to have a little chat about Saka as well, because the Saka love fest it's funny, I can't lie. And anybody who calls it out is seen as either racially motivated or got an agenda. So we're going to go through that as well. Anything else the lads want to speak about, we can chat about as well. Smash the likes up. I love their links in the pinned in a second. But how are you, lads? How are we? All good?
Good. All good.
Yeah. All good. You know, I was at the game on I'd say I'm making all over because I played a football tournament in South Ruislip in West London. I was in goal. My team got to 2 semi-finals, so I didn't have any medals to show for it, but I got a lot of pain. Like, I was in goal, so it was just. And before anyone asked, yes, I can get down and get up pretty quick in goal because it was 5-a-side. I still got it, but you got to have the defence around you. But in terms of like the game, we're going to get to it anyway. The game on Saturday was an example of what we've been saying all season, is that teams play better against us at the Emirates Stadium as opposed to at their own grounds, because we're more compact, you know, away from home than we are perhaps at home, where the onus on us are on attack. So teams will have that sort of period where they do get in amongst us, and that one day a team's going to take their chances. I'm not talking about Liverpool, Man City, maybe Man United, or the Spurs or Newcastle. I'm talking about teams who are probably in the what you consider to be the bottom half of the table. So, for instance, we got the game against Nottingham Forest on the 23rd of November. Now, you and I know Nottingham Forest play a very low block, and they'll make themselves very difficult to beat. But they will have a spell, and they do have the pace on each side to hurt us in terms of like Alanga, Hudson-Odoi, and I would 100% say that could be a banana skin where if they get it together and get their act together, our habit of letting teams have a period in the Emirates Stadium will backfire on us. It'd be one of those teams, or Nottingham Forest or Fulham, when we don't expect it, bang, they get their stuff together. They defend for their lives because they're quite good at it, and then boom, that's where titles can be lost.
Yeah, 100%. And we see that last season. Aston Villa, West Ham, both beat us at home. Both scored twice. We didn't score. And the rest is history. Let me just grab this super chat and then we'll start. Yeah, big ups everyone locked in. There's 75 likes on the video at the minute, 334 inside. So come on, let's get these likes up. Sending direct shots over my Saka take. Cool. Well, he's welcome to come on here afterwards and we can have a debate, which I offered yesterday with him, with Goldbitch, with Jennings, Hussam, Judge Mo, and Henry Talks Bollocks. Any of them 6 want to come on this channel for this podcast? I invited them all yesterday. Ain't heard from anyone. Funny that, isn't it? Because apparently everyone keeps telling us how scary and dangerous our club are. They obviously ain't been watching the games. Every time, and then this, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to shut up about it, yeah? Right, but every time Arsenal win a game, the hype is through the roof, right? Which is great. We win the game. Cool. The way we won that game at the weekend, or that game in general, was shambolic. Yeah, cool. Enjoy the win. Fantastic. That first half was a disgrace. Yeah, the second half weren't much better. Yeah, let's be real with it. Because if Raya had on another day, Raya flaps at that corner, that goes in. Then it's 2-2. They did the post just before to get the corner for that. Yeah, so on another day, that ends 2-2. And people are out saying, champions win. Saka magnificent. Saka was awful. But he got a goal and he got 2 assists. Well done. Fantastic. Yeah, but let's not pretend he had a good game. But then people say, well, if you get output, they've had a good game. Bollocks. Absolute rubbish. Yeah, how many GA does Jack Grealish have? How many goals does he have in his career? Probably about 55, 60 in his entire career. Yeah, does that mean he's a bad player then? He's a totally bang average, non-existent footballer. Load of rubbish. These stats are rubbish, mate. Yeah, I'm sick to death of people that don't support our football club telling us how great our football club is when we're watching it day in, day out, every single fucking day of the year. Yeah, I'm sick to death of it. This club is on a 4.5-year trophy drought. Yeah, Hussam's Liverpool are at top of the league. Yeah, Jennings Chelsea are playing good football. Yeah, Goldbitch wants his manager sacked now after telling the Arteta the vocal minority. Do you remember that crap a few months ago? Yeah, Tottenham is shit and always have been, so he had to latch onto our club. Yeah, which is kind of embarrassing. And then you've got Terry sitting on his show the other day saying that it's all right to sack 3 managers a season now, when he was telling me for 2.5 years I was wrong for wanting Arteta out. Yeah, and let's not forget this. I'm going to say this one thing, I'm shutting up. Yeah, let's not forget this. Yeah, out of all of them clubs that they support, them 6, yeah, only one ain't won anything. Yeah, and that's Tottenham, because they never win anything. Every single one of their clubs has won something more recently than us. So why the fuck are Arsenal so scary then? Yeah, why do they all want their managers sacked? Why do they all want their managers gone? Why do they all cuss their players out? But when it's us, we're not allowed to do it. Now, fuck off, man. Yeah, any one of them can come on the show. I told them that, but they didn't want to. So we're not.
The answer is deadly. Like, Lee, you answer your question within the comments you just made. You know, you've been on shows with all the people that you've called out,
almost,
and you'll know for yourself that the views they get on their channel when you're on there is a lot higher than it is for their other shows. I've always said that whenever we play Chelsea, the views on their channel goes up in all their outlets because it's Arsenal. The same with the Man United, because at the end of the day, there's an affiliation between the YouTubers of all the clubs. A lot of them don't even live near the local the clubs they support. There's for instance, I say it respectfully, there's a lot of London Manx, London Reeds, they all live together, they all go to the same like award ceremonies, and most importantly, they all work for the same person who runs the Arsenal channel. You know, if you want to call him by his name, I'll call him Don King. I won't tell you why I call him Don King.
No, why?
I won't call him Don King, but I've always said,
you're funny, Kenny.
I've always said Don King talks black, lives white, thinks green. And I'll leave it at that.
You crazy. You crazy.
And I'll leave it at that. If anyone could tell me that's not true, I'd defy him and I'd debate that all day. The fact of the matter is, if you talk about Arsenal equals views. Views equals recognition. Recognition equals contracts. Contracts equals money. Money equals the ability to leave your job, your mundane job, to do a job, and earn a lot of money doing it, i.e. extending your 15 minutes of fame. And I'll leave it at that.
I think we might as well end the show now.
Yeah, I'm glad Kenny said this bit. I'm glad he said that, mate. Yeah. Imagine if I said that. Anyway, real talk here. All right, we can all agree that Bukayo Saka's a decent player. Yeah, he's a decent player. Yeah, and he gets a lot of goals and a lot of assists. Cool, that's fantastic. But the way that everyone's hyping this up like he had an amazing game at the weekend, I had enough of it. That's why I've said something. It's like he didn't have an amazing game at the weekend. He's had a lot of games this season where he's been non-existent. Yeah, and then he pops up with an assist at the end of the game off a corner, or like the one for 29 the other day. But like when these people are using stats to make out a player is amazing, I'm sorry, mate, you've lost the argument. Yeah, because if we're going off of stats, then Harry Kane's better than Maradona because he scored more goals than him, so he's a better player then, isn't he? Is this what we're doing now? Yeah, at the end of the day, we all like Saka. We all think he's a good player. Yeah, but he's good at what he does. And what he does is a quick 1-2 with Odegaard. Yeah, and he can whip a ball in every now and again. And he can whip that shot. Yeah, let's not pretend that he's taking on 5 players, sitting them all on their bums every week and then like ball rolling the keeper and that, because it's what they're going on. And that's not saying that it's hate. Yeah, like one of his titles today, Saka hate has gone too far. And it was basically somebody saying a tweet saying he was bang average, and then a caller phoning in TalkSport who's a Chelsea fan saying he's bang average. That's now hate, is it? No, it's not hate. That's somebody else's opinion, and he wasn't being hateful because number one, he was on national radio in England, and number two, the tweet that he showed wasn't being horrible either. He was just saying he's a bang average footballer that ends up stat padding with some GA at the end of the game to hide his horrible performances. What's wrong with what he said? Because that's happened a lot. Yeah, I'm not saying he's bad, but what he said is spot on. There's so many games where he does that. Yeah, but You know, that's apparently now hate. Yeah, and that's why I'm getting the ump with it, because these men are putting it out there that calling it as it is, yeah, or having your opinion on what you're witnessing, yeah, is somehow hate. No, it's not. You ain't silencing me, mate, and I'll call them out every day by their names. I don't give a shit. You ain't silencing my opinion on it. Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, when it matters, because Saka ain't there, mate. The same with Odegaard and the same with the rest of this squad. When it comes down to the crunch, these men don't turn up. Bayern Munich, Aston Villa, 2 case in points. Yeah, we can go back to previous seasons. Top 4, we bottled that. Where was Saka in the last 8 games of that season? Yeah, where was Odegaard? Where was everyone else? Yeah, should we go back to the last season when it really mattered? Where were they? Oh, Man City won the league. Yeah, come on, fuck off, man. I'm sick to death of it. Anyway, what do you guys think?
The thing is, Lee, I've said this before, right? You can make statistics work whichever way you want to make them work, right? There are people experts in doing that, and it's not just in football. Look at the British government. They play with statistics all the sodding time.
Facts.
Go whichever narrative they want to show you. I don't ever get involved with statistics in football or anything else, right? Because we all know if you've done statistics in your education at school, it can be worked whichever way you want to go, the mean, the median, and all that bullshit, right? No. What I work on is what I see with my 2 eyes, and I look and I say, he plays shit. That's it.
Yeah.
If I see,
But then people are saying that that's just too black and white. You can't just say shit. Add some context to it. Well, you do that while you're sat on your watch-alongs. You do that in your fan cams. You do that on podcasts. Yeah, but just because you throw that word, oh, he was shit today, all of a sudden, oh, you're toxic. That's hate. Fuck off. Yeah, go to a game. Yeah, you'll hear a lot worse at the ground, mate.
it's not hate, right? It's what it is. I know where you're coming from, Lee. I'm not, I know where you're coming from. All these people that like to sit there and make out these narratives about, well, he did this in the game, he did that. I've seen so many games of football, great players. I've stood there at Highbury, right, and I said, Henry was shit today. And people have gone, yeah, he was crap today, wasn't he? I thought, yeah, he was shit. I've seen Bergkamp play shit games. Vieira, right? David Seaman, Jens Lehmann.
Henry, all of them.
And I'm like, they've had a crap game today. And that is just being honest, because I'm watching with my own 2 eyes and making my own view on it and saying, that's not his level. And I'm sorry, I don't rate Saka that much. He gets away with it at times. And to me, it's last 2 seasons. I'm just going to say this. Last 2 seasons, right? Round about March time, February, March, he disappears. Completely disappears because he's knackered, because we overplay him. That's not his fault, right? But at the end of the day, he just doesn't have that stamina to get through a season. And I blame the club for that, because we haven't got anybody to put there to say, yeah, your time, you need a break, mate. Give you a break. Because now, right, he's now gone off on an England break, England international break. Personally, I totally disagree with all this, but it is what it is. This is football. The thing is, players sometimes there's a love fest, and when I see a player, I think they're crap. I'll call them the crap. Fact. It's not I'm hating the player. I'm just saying, mate, you're a good player, but today you're crap. I don't get the problem. I don't get the problem with it. I'm sure, right? I'm sure, not that I know, I'm sure there's games where Messi in his prime, right? I know for a fact, watching a game once when a mate of mine was a Man United fan, right? Ronaldo, right? He had a nightmare of a match and he's absolutely shit today.
Like Messi, when we played when we played Barca in the 2-2 game at the Emirates, when Walcott came off the bench, scared the shit out of him. Scored the pen with a broken leg that game. Ibra scored both goals, I think. Messi was awful that day. Absolutely dog shit. Yeah, and I was gassed to see him because I was like, yo, hopefully we can do him and I get to see Messi play today. Live. Yeah, and he was awful. Yeah, I walked out there. I was a fucking big guy. I was like, yeah, fucking got the draw. Happy days. We've got the draw. And then we took the lead. And then obviously, you know what happened after that? Messi then scored 4 goals. Yeah, but yeah, he was crap. But this is the thing, yeah. When you've got people making videos and talking about, oh yeah, this is hate, or the agenda, yeah, and you've got people that don't even support our club, that don't watch our games week in, week out. They just watch what's trendy on Twitter and go with that narrative. Yeah, it's quite clear some of these people didn't watch that game at the weekend, and they've made videos and streams on it, making out that certain players played well. They clearly didn't watch the game. Yeah, how is it possible they've watched 2 or 3 games that all kicked off at the same time?
Can I just throw some?
Because you ain't watching them all properly, are you?
Can I just this sums up, right? I'm not saying all of the Arsenal fan base at the Emirates. I'm just saying a bloody lot of them, right? Yeah, we've just sold a goalkeeper to Southampton, and they're applauding the guy, yeah, singing his name. Our ex-goalkeeper is in tears. We're just about to play the bloody team, people. And you're bigging him up. What you should be doing is saying absolutely dog shit, nothing at all. And if you want to say after the game, yeah, well done, Ramsdale, thanks for your service, not before the game. You don't do that, because that guy's walked out there, right, and the Arsenal, well, whatever you want to call them, right, are giving it all the large. That's pumping his chest up a little bit. Oh, look at me. I'm at the Emirates back again today, and the fans bloody love me. Get out of here. What's wrong with you? Grow up.
What do you think, mate?
What position does Saka play?
Right wing.
What's his job?
Score goals.
How many has he scored this year?
2. Is it 2?
I'm putting hammer all this home for everybody. The only reason Saka is being talked about it, and mind you, I like Saka, but I'm gonna tell you what the deal is here. The deal is Kai Havertz is getting him over the line. He's making him look better than what he is this year. Kai Havertz has literally drugged this team. Listen, you're hearing me say this.
Yeah,
you're hearing me say this. I want y'all to hear this. Kai Havertz has drugged this team over the line this year. But Bukayo Saka, yeah, he's got his assists, but whose job is actually to get assists? It's our midfield. What we're doing is we're inadvertently doing what we did a couple years ago, Lee. Not last year, but the year before last, where we're implying the hope strategy again. We're hoping that Saka can keep doing this assist deal. We're hoping that this gravy train keeps going. You know, we're hoping that it keeps on going. Then we hope that when Odegaard comes back, Odegaard can contribute to that. The only reason why everybody is happy and stuff is because we've been getting out of jail the last few weeks. If we would have been drawing the last 2 or 3 games, everything would have been different. Look at the Brighton game. You started hearing wrong. See, people like to latch on to stuff when it's successful, and people like to celebrate. But the fact of the matter is, he's not scoring goals like he normally does. Kai Havertz is picking up the slack. Martinelli got one this week. I'm glad he got one. God knows he needed one. But we're winging it again, y'all. We are winging it again, and again. I had it right here in front of me. Let me pull it back up. Just bear with me.
Apparently the audio is chopping out. Yeah, just sorry to cut you. Yeah, right. And yeah.
Hold on. You know what?
I think it's been doing it all day on YouTube. So I don't know if it's just you, Matty, or all of us, or whether it's just YouTube in general. When I was watching Rants earlier, it was doing it as well.
Okay. 29 shots on goal. 29 shots on goal, and we get 3. And 2 of those, I think, came in the second half. 29 shots. See, y'all, people not hearing this. 29 shots. We have a goal scoring problem here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Kai Havertz is getting us over the line. But look at the output we're putting out. This is Southampton. Relegation. We know they headed right back down where they came from. They got right back on, hit the roundabout. They're going right on back down to the championship. We know where they're headed. Southampton.
How many shots did we have against Leicester the week before? I think that was a record, wasn't it? 30 something.
I think it was 39.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. How many goals did we
39.
score?
And we're sitting here, people are going, oh, this player's world class. Bro, where are the trophies at? Because when I think about world class, immediately when people talk about world class football team, Real Madrid, you think about, Barcelona, you think about the teams that have, have done stuff recently. And here we are, once again, our fan base, they go through this emotional roller coaster where they just like to get on a high, dopamine high. It's a dopamine high after every single game. I told you Saturday, Lee, we sat right there on Tuesday night when we played PSG and we turned them over. Not one word was said. Nothing was said. Everybody was having a good time. It was festive. Saturday, because it looked like we weren't getting out of jail. And then when we got out of jail, here they come. They come in two to a mule. Oh man, what you got to say now? All this trash talk. All this. We get off the watch along, and then we see champions. Arsenal, champions. You see, ain't won nothing in 5 years, and everybody talking about champions. Bro, how many times is the fan base gonna fall for this? Brother, we don't even need to be talking about titles until March, April, May. That's when you start even looking that direction. March, April, May. What you need to be talking about right now is Carabao Cup, winning this Carabao Cup, and we're getting ready for this FA Cup in a couple months. And we need to be talking about silverware on the docket. But everybody worried about 115 charges. They worried about Saka being at the top today. Brother, we need to wake up, man. We need a striker in January. We were hanging on by a thread against Southampton, man.
Leicester as well. It's a stoppage time goal. It's 93rd and 99 minutes.
Lee, we can't keep doing this. It's going to catch us out. We got some major games when we come back in about 12 days here. We got some major games kicking off.
Yeah.
And if y'all think y'all finna run through Bournemouth, run over Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest and all them teams, then y'all got another thing coming.
Because Bournemouth were 3-0 up against Southampton at half time.
Brentford is another one. We got some teams here that's coming down the pipe that are going to be some foothold. Now, people are going to start laughing when I say this. People are going to start laughing. I know folks are going to think I'm crazy. Somebody in the chat going to think I'm crazy. We're getting ready to play a sorry Manchester United, but I guarantee when that sorry Manchester United play us, they'll treat that game like it's the world title. They'll think about it like it's the world title. Right. We got a long way to go this year, y'all. This season has just gotten started. We got a long way to go. And there's no need of getting emotionally attached to a player because he's doing one or two different things. Right now, it's just time to get settled in. Me personally, I'm just glad we've been able to weather this injury storm and get these wins like we normally don't do. But that still remains to be seen because we got a long way to go. But I'll tell you this now, and I'll shut up, Lee, is that the last couple of games have highlighted an issue that I don't think people even looking at. This bench, if we have any more major issues, this bench, the Jesus.
Oh, mate, don't start.
Jesus. If Saka go down, anybody else go down up top, God forbid Kyle Havertz go down. God forbid he go down. And Jesus has to get in that position. It's going to be a really long season. Kidding. It's going to be a long, hard season, boy. It's going to be like having Shamak back up there. For those who went through that, it's going to be like having Shamak.
It's mad. Let me grab these super chats quickly, yeah? Because one, read this comment first. In the league this year, Arsenal 21 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. Yeah, the season started in 2023, and ended in 24. And then the new season started in 24 and ends in 25. I don't get your point.
Exactly.
Just so what calendar year champions? Whoopee.
This is bending the facts to suit your own narrative.
Yeah, the facts are 0 trophies.
I get where he's coming from. I get where Lean's coming from. I understand get where he's coming from. But the thing with Lean, what you got to accept is that's a very good. When you talk about a calendar year, you got to remember, for us to get in that position and put that run together, it was because we were playing catch up. Remember, we had those horrendous results over the Christmas period. If you want to, you know, a sort of like if you want to talk about Fulham and West Ham consecutive defeats, then they're going out in the cup against Liverpool, and then, you know, losing to Aston Villa on the 9th of December. It was a case where we had to go in that run in order to give ourselves a chance of winning this league. And then we got ourselves in a fantastic position. And that one loss you're talking about actually cost us the league ultimately, to the extent that we turned a 5-point deficit into a situation where we were on top only by goal difference. So there was always a margin for error. And that margin of error was Aston Villa, and that allowed Man City to take over because Liverpool fell away. But there's one point I want to go to. It's a very important point. It's by a guy called Play God, 100% on fire, whatever he calls himself. Bro, just stop supporting Arsenal. Now, I'm going to answer that question. The reason I'm going to answer that question is that the reason why we brought these topics up is because obviously, we talk about it in our WhatsApp group regarding Saka and Calafiori. But when I go to games, these are the topics that are discussed. It's not just people who got fans who are at the stadium, but it's also fans who live in the Islington area, which is not too far, which is where I'm from, and they all have this debate. Don't just take your information from like the super fans who tell you that Saka's world class or that everything's good. If you go to the ground, you'll hear conversations where people will be questioning Saka's performances, and they will be questioning whether Saka is world class. And those people will have something different. They'll have opinions that are similar to us. For instance, in terms of Saka, there's a lot of people at the ground who are thinking we need more for him. They were saying that the same thing last season. And there's, family members of mine who are Arsenal through and through, go to games. They said the same thing. He's not world class. They need more for him. And some of them might say that he's not all that. And I would say, for Saka to be world class, you don't necessarily have to win trophies, but it would help. It'll put you in the firing line, because there's another way Saka can claim that status. If he had a season similar to Gareth Bale. Now, if you look at Gareth Bale's season in 2013, when he was at Spurs, he was the match winner, and he made a difference on every occasion, home and away, in that season. You think about it, he scored about 23 goals. You look at the games, the tight games at White Hart Lane, 1-0, Gareth Bale, 25 yards. You look at the
one against West Ham, 91st minute, 30-yard screamer, top bins.
Against us, 2-1, Gareth Bale. All the big games Gareth Bale turned up in. Now, you could say, it's only Spurs, but what did it earn him? That earned him an £86 million move to Real Madrid. Real Madrid came knocking because I was
Champions Leagues. 5 Champions Leagues. Now,
I've got to ask you the question: is Bukayo Saka in that level yet? No, he's not. And that's what Bukayo Saka needs to master. There were a lot of games last season where he'll go probably 6 or 7 games without scoring, where he isn't a catalyst to what we need to do. People will use assists, but that's not enough. For him to be world class, he has to have a season similar to that of Gareth Bale on a regular basis for it to be world class. I think you need to set your sights a bit higher in what you expect from Bukayo Saka, because that is the barometer. The best players in the world, the ones who win trophies or are apparently big fish in small ponds, that's what they do. They're match winners on a consistent basis. And as people say, unstoppable. Now, in the last 2 seasons, Bukayo Saka overall stats, good. But when you think about these big moments in these big games, he didn't produce those kind of match-winning moments that you expect from a world-class player. And that's why, for me, he's not world-class.
Go on. Sorry. Go on.
He's a very good player. He's someone that I've got a lot of respect for, and he's absolutely with our best player. And to be honest, it's not close. There isn't a player that's close enough to him in terms of the ability, in terms of being the best player. Probably Thomas Partey, for me, is closer to Bukayo Saka as our best player. But for me, for him to be world class, this season is a test now. Win me something. Be the man that is a reason why we've won the league, why we've won the European Cup, why we've won the FA Cup, League Cup. Be that man that every week when we're playing crap, you're going to be the one who's going to say, right, I'm going to grab this game in the back by the scruff of the neck, and we're going to put a 30-yard free kick. I'm going to beat 2 or 3 men, put the ball in the net. Until he does that, he's not world class.
Facts. Just very quickly, I just want to read these out from last season. This was his goals. I don't care about assists. Load of bollocks. Yeah, like I said, you can get an assist. Yeah, fucking for somebody banging one in top bins or in off the post from 20 yards yesterday, the weekend, like 29. Yeah, good tackle, good pass to him. But at the same time, the one he did for Martinelli, that's an assist. But last season, he scored against Nottingham Forest, Fulham, after blanking against Palace. He then blanked against Man United. I'm only going on goals, yeah. Blanked against Everton. Then he scored against Tottenham, scored against Bournemouth, out with a thigh injury for the City game. Blank against Chelsea, blank against Sheffield United, against Newcastle blank, Burnley blank, Brentford blank, scored against Wolves, then blanked against Luton, blanked against Villa, blanks against Brighton, blanked against Liverpool, blanked against West Ham, then scored against Fulham, then blanked against Palace, then scored against Forest, scored against Liverpool, twice against West Ham, twice against Burnley, once against Newcastle, then blanked against Sheffield United, Brentford and City, then was out with an unknown injury against Luton, don't know what that means, then scored against Brighton, blanked against Villa, Wolves and Chelsea, scored against Spurs, scored against Bournemouth, blanked against United and weren't in the squad for the last day of the season. So if you go from, let's say, Wolves game, right, he then, in fact, actually, if you go from when he missed that Man City game, yeah, he comes back, he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games, 1 goal. Yeah, sorry, mate, you ain't world class when you're doing that. Then after that, he scored, then blanked, and then he scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in 5 goals. 7 goals in 5 games, which boosted his stats up last season. But let's be real, we were just coming back off of that fucking Dubai trip, and we were smashing everyone. Yeah, and fair play, he played well. Yeah, but then he went on a blank again, 3 games straight, then scored, then another blank for 3 games, then scored, blank, and then went in. What are we doing here, man? Yeah, and people are sitting there talking about his age and all of this and that, like, oh, but he's still young, he'll grow and he'll get better. Yeah, maybe he will. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Yeah, but if you want to put him in world-class status, well, you better deliver then on every game. Yeah, you can't be going 11 games straight with 1 goal, mate. Come on, what are we doing here? Yeah, he needs to do more. And I don't blame him necessarily. I blame the manager. Because we see Bukayo Saka before this manager came in. Yeah, and he was cooking everyone. So we know he can do it. But this manager's turned this team into a robotic team. He's turned the wingers robotic. Martinelli's fucking falling off a cliff. So here's what it is. But I'm going to grab these super chats quickly, yeah, because I've been sat there for time. Big up to Nadir as well, bro. Appreciate the donation, mate. My team winning on and off the pitch. Going to sue the Prem so they finance the 6 replacement. I love this game. Only real Prem scumbags for their tactics to hinder Newcastle, and they call us crap. I've seen that they've won something that's not part of the charges about sponsorship deals, and they were unlawful or something. The Premier League did it unlawfully or something, so they've won that. But that's a win for everyone. So yeah, big up Man City. I hope they get off of every single one of them charges. Like, real talk. I hope they get off every single one of them, because then maybe, just maybe, our fans, yeah, and all fans of other big clubs might actually put some pressure on their owners, yeah, to actually start competing with Man City properly. Yeah, and when I say competing, I mean winning trophies, not just, oh, we're up there. Big up Brian, man. Isn't the point to get goals and assists?
Sorry, you do your thing, but I've got something to say after that.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly rifle through these, yeah. Isn't the point just to get goals and assists? At this point, we're talking about aesthetics. Yeah, I hear you. But on that basis, then, Harry Kane's better than Maradona, mate. Harry Kane's better than Maradona then, because he's got better goals output. So is Mohamed Salah. He's got more output. In fact, both of them, I think, I may be right in saying they've both got more than Zidane and Maradona. So who's better, Maradona and Zidane, or Harry Kane and Salah? Sorry, mate.
Maradona's better than all of them put together.
Facts. It's mad. But this is the thing, then. Goals and assists, cool. I don't count assists. I watched Endrick run fucking 90 yards the other day off of a 5-yard pass forward from Danny Carvajal. He ran the whole length of the pitch and slapped it in. Yeah, he gets the assist for that, Carvajal. Ain't an assist, mate. Fuck your assist stats. I'm not having a dig at you, Brian, yeah? But I am not counting assists. Yeah, because this is what's happening with these wingers nowadays, yeah? This is what's hanging with these fans. Sorry, yeah, they're now shoehorning in assist stats. They're doing it with strikers as well. I don't care, mate. Goals. I want your goals. I don't want assists.
Yeah, that's FIFA though. That's FIFA, but that started in the 2012 European Championships when, you know, Fernando Torres got the golden boot because of the fact that he got 3 goals. He got 3 goals, but because he got a more assists, he got the golden boot. And I think that's kind of factored into our kind of thinking when we talk about players. But you're right. When you talk about wingers of today, they're all inverted. The reason why they're inverted is because it allows 2 reasons why they're inverted. One, it allows, you know, the fullback to create a 2v1 situation. Also, your inverted wingers are goal scorers now, and that's why one of the reasons why we set these standards for Bukayo Saka. Said, look, we need more from you, and then we do the same for like Martinelli as well, where that is the situation. If you're an inverted winger now and you're a top winger, you need to fill your boots because the systems that managers have are there for you. That's what you're there for. You're there to penetrate these low blocks and get into spaces where space is made for you to go and have your angles are made for you to have your shots. But you know the thing about the Man City thing? The thing about the Man City thing is that it depends on how you like your sandwiches, whether you like a Marmite or peanut butter. If you like Marmite, if you like Marmite and Marmite, then you're not going to like the fact that Man City has won their ruling, because what will happen is that not only they're using an unfair financial advantage in order to compete with the big boys, but if you like peanut butter, you have to, and you're a smaller club, you have to be happy with what's happened, because I believe that every club in the Premiership should have the opportunity to compete with the big boys. And if that means having a benefactor, then fill your boots, because at the end of the day, you can't have a situation where we have a red cartel where only them have access to the biggest TV deals. Only them have the biggest attendance figures. Only them have access to the best players in the country and around Europe and the world. And only them can win trophies. That's not competition. And I think it's no surprise that one of the clubs that led the support for the Premier League against Man City were the Red Cartel, which is Liverpool, Arsenal and Man United. And there was other few acolytes here and there, but the clubs that supported Man City were Chelsea, Newcastle, amongst others. They're teams that have benefited from foreign owners, and that's how I look at it right now. The fact is that if you want to say the Premiership is the best in the world, then you can't have a situation where you've got a red cartel, and we're part of that red cartel, trying to prevent other teams from having that opportunity to compete against them. Hence, and that's how I look at it. Why do you think Man United are struggling to get the best players? It's because they haven't, teams outside the red cartel, right, are able to compete with them in terms of player salaries and get the players. Hence the fact it's doubly hard for Man United. That's why they could do a benefactor just as much as Man City and everything. And that's the thing. The Premier League is the biggest farce ever. It's a closed shop. And on that basis, I couldn't care less whether Man City are fan guilty or not. But what I want more than anything, I want Arsenal to win the league this season because they're the best team and they deserve it. I don't want it won in the courtroom. I want it on the pitch.
Facts. That's exactly what it is. Big up to US citizens as well. It's a big up in the panel. Real quick, I want to say hold that. Red Cartel City win part 1 of their case. Second one to go. I hope City sues everyone. Trust me, they will as well. If they get offered these charges that are coming up, then they will, and they'll go for these teams for this other thing as well. But yeah, big up to you, bro. Big up Sam as well. Criticism is now hate. That's just like what it's just like what's that person. When I went home one night on the train, this generation will moan for anything. That's what they do, bro. But then it don't help when you've got people trying to make out that criticism is hate. It's not. Like when you've got big channels sitting out there peddling that crap out every day. Nah, mate, it ain't. Big up to.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on, mate. Go on. No, go on. I'll go and get a beer. Go on, mate.
Right. I mean, let's put that to bed, shall we? If I buy a car and I say this car's crap, that's not hate, is it? I'm just saying this car's crap. It's not hate. It's my opinion, and I'm just saying, well, I shouldn't have bought that car. It's a load of shit. Keeps breaking down. Blah, cost me a bloody fortune. That's not hate. That's criticism. End of.
I just don't understand when there's constructive criticism that everybody just defaults to hate the player. I just don't understand it. The problem here is we've seen these streaks before. These streaks run out. What happens when they run out? Somebody brought it up early in the chat. 1-7. 1-7 last December. We hadn't hit one of those streaks yet, y'all. We hadn't hit one of those. You know it's coming. You know the 2-3, the 2-5, the 2-6, the 4-7. They're gonna come, and will players like Saka be able to dig us out of a hole? Because we're gonna need to be dug out of a hole at some point this year. Mind you, I want you, Lee, Jazz, Kenny. I want y'all. I want let this sink in. People are talking like we're at the top of the table. We're in
people are talking like we're like coming off of the back of back-to-back titles, and we're top of the table still.
Yeah, we went from 4th to 3rd this weekend.
Yeah.
You know it is, Matty. I think the thing is, right, is that we're in a situation, and it hasn't changed. It's the same situation it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. The majority are always right, as far as I'm concerned. If the majority of fans think that we're in a good situation, they've got other acolytes in the media saying that trophies will come, that everything's good in the end. You've got opposition. I've got Chelsea fans telling me that we're in a great situation. That what's your problem, better? And you'll have Man United fans saying that as well, even Liverpool fans. The fact is,
but sorry to cut you off, Kenny. Yeah? The reason that is because you have loads of these channels out there, whether they're in the mainstream media or sat on YouTube, telling everyone that Arsenal are great, Arsenal are scary, Arsenal are brilliant. Then when their club's now doing a project, Arteta's the one, oh, look at what Arteta's doing. So now they've been brainwashed into it, and now they tell us what he's doing is great. When it ain't.
100%, but that's the thing, Lee. If you're in a situation where, I say it respectfully, if you're failing power, people are looking, other clubs fans are looking at the situation with Arteta, and they're saying, right, we need this man to win something. We need Arsenal to win things, because maybe we were wrong in the first place to sack managers after, a year of really piss poor results. Maybe we should have done the Arsenal way, where Arsenal finished 8th, 5th, and then they challenged for the title second, and then they eventually won things. Maybe it's the way to go, and that's a new trend. So it's in every person's interest for Arsenal to win things. So, for instance, the channels you criticise, i.e., the channel that you were on every Tuesday, and you called it was the Facts channel, or the lad that you the lad who supports Tottenham, they're looking at the Arsenal situation and said, you know what? If it works for Arsenal, giving a young manager a chance, and trust the process, maybe we should go through it all. And that's why you're getting people saying that. And that's why there is definitely a vested interest, because they want it to be done organically. They don't like the hire and fire. You name it. You have programs on Sky. Every time a manager gets fired and fans call for them to be fired, the first thing that the fans will be called fickle. You're not a proper supporter. You're spoiled. And when you follow that narrative of you're fickle, you're not a proper supporter, you're spoiled because you want success all the time, this new process that we're going through is basically a new trend. Trust me.
Yep.
Every person who who supports Man United, certain Man United supporters, certain Chelsea supporters, certain Liverpool supporters are desperate for Arsenal to win. Not just because they want Man City winning the league, it's because this new trend of trusting the process is going to be copied by others. but they need to see us win something, preferably the league, for us to say, right, this is a new way. No more sacking managers after a shit time. We're going to give them time. So, for instance, Chelsea hire Graham Potter. They didn't hire a big name because Graham Potter's a young, up-and-coming manager, and they wanted to try this trust the process. Ten Hag, trust the process. He's a trust the process manager. You're going to get it a lot now. Where you're
Liverpool's manager.
Managers. And that's why all the people that you don't get on with, or the people that you're having emergency meetings about, they're all part of this new way of thinking.
It's not even that. Half of them don't believe the shit they're spouting, mate.
Of course not. Of course not. But they got acolytes who will rationalise their views. Doesn't mean they think like it, but there was going to have someone who was an acolyte, and they say, "Yeah, I agree with that guy. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it." But we know it's for ka-ching.
Facts. And the fastest way to make money is suck off Arsenal. But anyway, our defence is not as resilient as we think it is, says Mardik. Facts. Nottingham Forest have conceded the same amount of goals as us. Man United have conceded 2 more, and they've been pounded most of the season. So it's mad. It's actually mad. Big up to you, bro. Big up Nadir as well. City is unbeaten since December 2023. Who cares? Only trophies. Facts. That's all that matters, bro. It's trophies. I don't care about anything. I don't care about all these stats and all this crap. Yeah, it's just trophies, trophies, trophies. That's it. Yeah, we count the size of our club compared to other clubs based on trophies. The problem is with this new era, yeah, this social media era, yeah, everyone now picks a player like Saka, like Foden, like Palmer, yeah, Salah, whoever else, any other wingers you can mention, yeah, and now even if they drop a stinker, yeah, they'll back them because they got GA. No, you can call it out. How comes Real Madrid fucking not on? Well, listen, I swear down, if they hadn't beaten Villarreal the weekend, they probably would have been out of a job. Why? Because they lost 1 game in 15 months. 1 game, you know, in 15 months. 4 trophies in that. In fact, I'm lying. They've lost 3 games in that time. 3 games in 15 months, and their fans were going fucking crazy. And then all I see, yeah, when I mention it, is people going, "Oh, they're so entitled." Well, they're supposed to be. They're Real Madrid. Why can't we be entitled? Yeah, why can't we demand the best? Yeah, instead of process, why don't they need time? Piss off. Why didn't Fergie, yeah, when he kept changing his assistant every year and then changing his squad every year and booting out Roy Keane and Beckham and all these other players, why didn't he need time? Why didn't he say, "Oh, no, come on, give Roy Keane a bit more time"? He didn't really mean to slag everybody off. Give him time. There ain't no time in elite sport, mate. There ain't none.
Hey, Lee, just put me up. I think people saying that the audio's
bugging.
Yeah, I think it's YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's the app, mate. Maybe come off the app and go back on it. It's crackling, yeah? 1 sec. What about now? I don't know.
It's probably on YouTube, yeah.
It was doing it on Rancid stream earlier as well.
Yeah.
For me, it was anyway.
The comments are saying like the audio's are bugging. It's funny. There's a lot of comments about Calafiori. You know, some people comparing him to Mustafi.
We're going to get to that. Hold that thought, because I know me and you're going to have a debate here. Big up to that Norris as well.
Go on, Jess. I'm going to sit back and listen to your debate between Kenny. I might get.
Big up to that's Norris. He says, problem is Saka ain't got no ounce of technical ability of Gareth Bale. So forget about it. Bale is a real generational talent. Do you know what I think it is? I don't think Gareth Bale was that technically gifted. Yeah, but what Gareth Bale had, yeah, was moments in every game. Yeah, yes, most games. Yes, there was games where he was shocking. But in them last 2 seasons at Spurs, and then when he went to Real Madrid, he was a fucking joke, mate. Unbelievable.
Wales. You forgot Wales.
Wales carried them on their back to a semi.
Yeah, let's
him and
forget.
Ramsey. Yeah. And this is the thing, yeah. He always turned up in big games. Look at that final where he ran off the pitch against Bartra. Yeah, and legged it like round him off the pitch. Yeah, Ronaldo weren't playing in that game. That was a final. Ronaldo was injured.
Don't forget,
he had to stand up. Champions League off the bench, bicycle kick, scored twice. Yeah, against Atleti. I think he came off the bench in that game and scored a header. Yeah, in extra time after Ramos had equalised. Yeah, big moments in big games. Yeah, Vinny Jr. This is why Vinny Jr. is so highly rated, because I don't think he's that great either. Yeah, Vinny's a good player. Yeah, but he ain't an amazing player. Yeah, but what Vinny Jr. has is when it's a massive game, that motherfucker turns up in every big game.
You saw what he did Saturday. They needed it.
Mate, that goal was a joke. I can't lie. Who got the assist for that? Does anyone know who passed him the ball? Because they get an assist for that from the junior goal.
Does anyone care?
Exactly. Exactly, Kenny. Exactly. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
It's pathetic. Big up to the world's window. The same rival fans takes on Klopp after he just missed out on the league by 1 point. Was a strong opinion that if it didn't get beat by Spurs in the final, he should go.
Lee,
now
remember,
they call us Standards FC because we want to win. Sick of them. Tell them, brother.
Lee, remember last year? Y'all remember this? What was it was like 4 or 5 games in there. You started hearing the rumblings of, yeah, man, you know, this Klopp, man, we starting to get tired, man. You know, this ain't cutting it. And then he happened, he won the cup, and then we doing it. We need to not retiring. And everybody's narrative changed. We doing it for Klopp, you know, all this stuff. You know, but when the season first started, people were frustrated. You started hearing a lot of frustrations over that Liverpool.
Facts.
Yeah, definitely. I think there are some Liverpool fans. Well, I know I work with one Liverpool fan. He was very critical of Klopp. He thought that he was Klopp out even when they're winning things. The reason why he was Klopp out is because he rationalised it. He said, "Look how we are defensively. The way he plays is going to be." He was saying that the intensity they play at, when it comes to the last third of the season, their players have got nothing left, and that's why he was critical. And plus, he was very critical of their way he defended. You know, they were too risky. Now you look at this geezer here that they brought in. All he's done is said, "Look, I need you to be a bit better on the ball. Don't take risks. You know, attack when it's the right moment. But I need you to be, when we don't have to be defensively compact." He has that kind of a mixture where that's one of the reasons where you think, you know what, if Liverpool get their act together defensively, then it's not just going to be us challenging Man City, it'll be them, and it'll be a genuine challenge this season because of the fact, Gerrard says Liverpool haven't played anyone, but let's get it right. At least they're beating the teams they should be beating.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Which is something that we didn't do last season, hence why we didn't win the league.
We talked about this last week. Lee, me and you talked about this on the phone. Liverpool is just chugging away, minding their business. Nobody's really saying much about them. They going on about their business, and then you look up. Next thing you know, you look up, and then they're in front of you. And I told you, I said he's going to have what he's done. He's going to take a snippet of what Klopp did, and he's going to apply what he did over at can't remember what team he came from now, over in the Eredivisie. But he's bringing
was it Feyenoord?
Feyenoord, yeah, Feyenoord. And he's putting it together, and that's how they're going to play. And like Kenny said, once they get it together now, it's going to be really, really difficult. We play them now. We played them.
Let's not forget as well, right? I was listening to Rance talking about this earlier with Faz, yeah, and Faz said that he thinks Arsenal will win the league this season, yeah, and he said because our defense is so good, and that what gets through, yeah. But when you actually look at it, yeah, Liverpool's defense this season has been very good as well. They've actually had the best defense. They've conceded 2 goals, right? Not only that, collectively as a forward line, they're miles better than us. Yeah, whether you rate any of the forward players or not is irrelevant. Collectively, they score goals. Yeah, they all chip in with goals. Jota, Darwin, yeah, Gakpo, Salah, they all get goals.
It's much worse, though. It's much worse for Arsenal. Is that I know it's early days, but you know that argument we have about Declan Rice and Partey, who's the best at number 6. They got Gravenberch there, and Gravenberch, who's playing at number 6, and one of the reasons why Liverpool were able to control games a bit better, where remember when they had the Endo, he worked his nuts off, he marked, but on the ball we were great. Well, you've got Gravenberch, who does all of that, but he's good on the ball, and that's what Thomas Partey is to do with us, and that's why when you talk about number 6s, and we talk about Declan Rice, who's better on the ball, in your honest opinion, as a number 6? Because playing a number 6 holding position, not only do you have to protect the back four, you've got to be able to be good on the ball. I would say all day long, Partey is better on the ball than Declan Rice, and that's why.
Miles better.
And that's why I always say that when people say we're getting Mourinho and we're going to play Declan Rice in his elite number 6, I laugh my nuts off.
Yep.
What about that final?
6.
What about that final in the Euros against Spain, or that final against Italy when he was number 6? He got ruined. He wasn't great on the ball. Spain took him apart. His best position is number 8. Declan Rice. And that's the
Facts.
thing. With Gravenbach at number 6, that's where I'm thinking, oh dear, because they got Gravenbach, they got the speed of Slovacai, and they got the football brain of McAllister. And that's why I'm thinking, you know what? He's just tweaked it a little bit. And I think that's why I think, you know what? I've always worried about Liverpool because Liverpool, but this time I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, I'm getting it now. That's why I don't underestimate them at all.
Well, Kenny, me and Lee were sat right there this summer, and we watched them in preseason. And one pass undid the whole team. They're going to do it again. See, this is why I keep trying to tell people. Somebody in the chat just said, "Well, man, we just beat Tottenham." Somebody else that I just saw it in there.
Villa, Tottenham. Villa, Tottenham, and
so we're
anybody
in the top 10. You know, our problem is when we play someone that's actually better than us. When it counts, Lee. I want to stress that enough, y'all. When it
Bayern last year.
Yes, when it counts.
It shattered.
Mate, Declan Rice got fucking dog walked around the pitch by fucking, what's his name? Goretzka.
We can beat everybody. When
Aston Villa last season gave us the runaround at the Emirates.
Declan. This ain't slaying off Declan. It's just saying that for him to be the number 6 that we all think he should be, there's certain improvements to his game he needs to do. It's better on the ball. It's a little pass and like
smelling danger. That's what he needs to sharpen up on.
He's quite good, but it's also control of the game because that's the thing. You've got to be better on the ball. Like for instance, when Saka, when Partey loses the ball, I tell you, don't give him. You don't see him having a go because that's how he wants it to play. He wants his number 6 to try and start moves and be good on the ball. He will allow that, and I think that's why. That's one of the reasons why I'd still think when you get Mourinho on the side, it's not a given that Moreno is going to be one of the reasons to oust Partey on the side. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal's got any brains when Partey's contract comes to an end this summer. Get a number 6, get a top one class number 6, get one of the best in the business.
It's going to get Zubimendi to wind up the Scousers.
Yeah, but even so, because I do think that's a position that we in any football team, especially in terms of the modern game, you have to be able to not only be able to spell, make your tackles, protect the back foot, but you also have got to be good on the ball. You've got to have all those 3 qualities to be a top number 6. And Declan Rice has only got 2 of them. Very important, but the one that can help you, he hasn't got that yet.
No, facts, absolute facts. I'm just going to grab this super chat and one comment after that, and then we'll talk about Calafiori. Yeah, big up to everyone locked in, 600 in there. Get these likes up, guys. The pinned comment is all of the guys' links for both the channels and for Kenny's Insta. Big up to Faz for the raid as well, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Your ears must have been burning. I was talking about you a minute ago when you was on the show you did with Rance. But yeah, big up to you, man. Sorry, Kenny, but I think Arsenal missed their chances. The other teams are closing in. Chelsea, Villa, City, Liverpool are better.
You know what? Dots are new. Yeah, you could be right. And that's always been our biggest fear for me, Jace, and Matty. The fact that, when you have these great opportunities in the last 2 years where, let's face it, facts is what this show's all about. The title was in our hands. It was definitely in our hands. You know what I mean?
Fact, 100%.
You can't deny it. And so you always think, well, you're not going to get those opportunities again. Well, the thing is, what we need to do is make those opportunities every season by improving in certain areas and sorting out that front three. That front three could get us challenged, but if we really want to win the league or win a big trophy in Europe, that front three's got to be in a get a bit better. Come on, we need more. Martinelli, it's just scoring goals, which I'm applauding for, but I'm going to need that.
He scored a goal.
He scored a goal. But
that was a decent goal as well. Great, unbelievable cross. Yeah, and for the first time,
against Leicester as well. He scored against Leicester as well. So we're going to need him, because let's face it, we've got to remember we haven't got Erling Haaland, we haven't got Salah, Jota de Slotter, or Nunez, or Luke, or Louise. So
facts.
We need to compensate for that with our front three.
Yeah, but even when we did do that, Kenny, yeah, and all of our, I think we have 3 or 4 players get 15 plus goals. Yeah, Man City still won the league. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But we still win it back the right way, and that's still the right way to go.
The way we played football in that season when we bottled the title, that 8 points clear, that's how I want to see us play football, because we can do that. Yeah, we were blitzing everyone quick. Yeah, and then we were just sitting and chilling in the second half, which I'm cool with. I'm cool to be bored out my box all season, playing how we're playing if it leads to a title. But it ain't going to. Yeah, it ain't going to. We need a striker. Yeah, we need another midfielder. We need a right winger. Yeah, and I've been saying this, and another number 10.
And a possible left back if we
another fucking left back. Bro, this guy spent 160 million on centre backs to play left back, and then none of them are better than Tierney. Tierney's still our best left back, which leads me on perfectly. Calafiori is our second youngest player after enquiries, and you're shitting on him after 3 games. Yes, I am. Do you know why? Because I've seen enough, mate. We've conceded 5 goals since he started games. 5. He scored a screamer against Man City, right? And that saved him from a fucking embarrassment in that game. He was getting put on his backside in a dirty low block by a 19-year-old kid. Yeah, dirty low block. Yeah, I don't think he won a tackle in that game. Yeah, not only that, every time I see him, he's out of position. Against Bolton, he was trash. Yeah, passed the geezer straight in. Yeah, then at the weekend, he plucked the ball out the air at one point. Nice touch, turned and run off with the ball. I was like, nice. He sat somebody down on his bum in the penalty box. Well done, mate. Yeah. How many times? The Leicester goal, the second Leicester goal, fantastic strike. Well done. Who got an assist for that? Does anyone know? Because I mean, assists count apparently. So who got the assist for that goal? You're on mute.
But it was in Diddy. I would remember his
Indeed, yeah, indeed, yeah.
Nigerian tax.
But yeah, exactly. Yes, indeed. But why didn't he close that player down? Why was he just standing there admiring the pass? Yeah, this guy is the Zucchini Zinchenko. And if anyone wants to say this to me about, oh, you're too negative, he's only played a couple of games, he's young and this and that. Name me right now one Italian centre-back, because that's what he is, a centre-back. Name me one Italian centre-back that has directly left Serie A to come to the Premier League. Not going to Norway or going to America or going to fucking Holland or Italy, Spain or Germany. Left Serie A and come straight to the Premier League that has smashed it. There ain't one. And he ain't going to be the change. He ain't going to be the exception to the rule. And I'll just land on this. I'm going to get a beer quickly and let you guys go. Yeah. Not only that, when Fabio Vieira signed for this football club, he played against Man United on his debut. He came off the bench. He passed the ball straight to Bruno. He passed it to Rashford and they scored. The very next game, he started that game. Yeah. And my fan cam, it is still there to go and fucking watch. I said, this guy is a scrub. He will never make it in this Premier League. Send him back to Porto. Yeah. Oh, look, there he is. He's back at Porto. I'm calling it early on this guy. I called it on Ramsdale. I called it on Eddie. I've called it on Lokonga. Yeah. I've called it on so many of these players. When do people start listening? And on that bombshell, I'm going to get beer.
You know, right. I'll make an analogy of this, right? Yeah. Is a bit like a school teacher taking a load of kids swimming and he say to the guy, jump in the deep end, and he goes, well, I can't swim, boss. And he just pushes him and says, about time you learnt then, isn't it? Simple. The guy's slow. He panics. I mean, sorry, he's just not the levels. The guy's just not standard. He hasn't fitted in yet. And maybe it's too soon. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. But at the end of the day, we spend that sort of money on a player, I expect something better than that. Sorry, Kenny, Matty.
And that last part there, Jay, is what you said. If you're spending that kind of money, you should be going after the best of the best. And this is why I have my problem with Edu, is that, okay, if you bring in a player like Calafiori, then that means that you have bought the best available option, and we're bringing in backup coverage or something along that line, or you're going to showcase this gentleman in the Carabao Cup. We're putting him in a year. This is a year we're supposed to be going for glory. And you're bringing this guy in, and I've said it time and time and time again this season. This gentleman here, the game of football, at least over across the pond, is extremely too fast for him. It is too fast for him. You can see it. He had a 5-minute chaos scene last weekend, pushing players,
He should have been sent off.
Yeah, should have been sent off last week. Should have been sent off. Should have been sent off this week. I was like, he is just like watching a mix of Zinchenko and Saka all in one. Because he's hot-headed, and then on top of that, he's a liability at the back.
Yeah, and this is the thing. And just this comment very quickly. I never admitted I was wrong on Ramsdale. What I said was, I didn't think he was a shit. I'm sorry, I thought he was shitter than he was. But ultimately, he's still not good enough to win us the title, is what I said. I said, but to be fair, he's actually not as bad as I expected him to be. That's what I said. Same with Ben White. Yeah, Ben White, I called him Ben Shite from day one. Ben Shite. and what was he at centre back? Shite. Which is why we shoehorned him out into right back, and he's been half decent. In fact, he's been very decent. Then guess what? The manager don't think so, because he's going to be out the club in the summer, and Timber will be staying at right back. Yeah. So how comes everything that I'm saying comes to fruition? Literally every single player I've called out, even Odegaard. Yeah. Odegaard, I said, fouled wonder kid. If he was that good, why ain't he gone back to Madrid? Why didn't they get a buyback clause on him? Why don't they want him? Why? Because he ain't good enough, mate. And if he ain't good enough for them, he ain't good enough for us. Because they're the players we should be looking at, proper players. Yeah. Why didn't we go for Arda Güler? Baller. Absolute baller. Yeah. But as for this Calafiori, yeah, I'm sorry, mate. No, the Zucchini Zinchenko, mate. I've seen enough of that guy. Yeah, that guy. Oh, yeah, but he was superb at the weekend. The amount of people I've seen saying he was superb at the weekend. What are you watching,
that's
mate?
what blew my mind was that right there, considering, what me and you looked at in that broadcast. I was like, y'all watch the same game we watched?
What was it? It was superb. Go on, Kenny. Make your stance.
Well, the thing about Calafiori, we got a problem here. There's a problem with all your thinking. First and foremost, one guy said, the sooner we get Timber back at left back, the better when Benjamin White's fit. I've got news for you, mate. Not happening. Timber's not a right left back. Never has been, never will be. He was covering the position because Zinchenko, his first choice, was injured. And then he had a couple of good games in the Community Shield. Started off against Man City. And everyone thinks he's going to solve that problem left back. Not in a million years. Because as you know, if you want to play your inverted wingers, you need a left-footed left back in that position. Timber is neither of the sort, so neither. Most secondly, Timber's best position for this football team, and why I think he was bought, was to put pressure on Benjamin White and eventually replace him because of what he can give us in terms of like pace and power and the better defensive quality, especially when you're dealing with tricky inverted wingers. So that's a situation. So Calafiori for the foreseeable future will be there. Calafiori's been bought to play centre half. He hasn't been bought to play at left back. He's just there in order to feel his way into the team. I say it once, say it 1,000 times. I don't think Mikel Arteta gives I say it respectfully, I don't think he gives like a brass neck or a rat's ass whether about how great our centre half partnership is. Serious. I don't think he cares. I think he expects that because of the way we play. I think, as you know, a lot of players in this team have been a casualty in this team because of how they are on the ball. We talk about Kieran Tierney being the best left back at our club, but he's a casualty of Mikel Arteta because Mikel Arteta demands that he plays as a inverted left back, and Kieran Tierney is one of the best orthodox left backs I know. He's brilliant going down. He's brilliant going. Brilliant overlapping. But his manager wants him to play inverted left back, which I think he can do because for Scotland they play a back three, and the guy who plays a wing back is Andy Robinson, not Kieran Tierney. So he hasn't really given him a chance in that respect. But in terms of Calafiori, unfortunately, we're going to have a bit of a conundrum because you guys, as much as I love Gabriel, and I love him because I've always said he's been our best defender for a long time.
To be fair, yeah.
And that's a fact. But the problem, this manager, the manager we know, or we don't particularly like, is going to look at his ability on the ball and then he's going to think, you know what? If I can get Calafiori to do just as much as what this guy can do, win his duels, be strong on the ball, but he's also be strong in tackle, you know, give no one no space, man mark, but he's also good on the ball. I do feel fear for Gabriel Magalhaes. I really do feel, and I think that this guy has been brought in to eventually replace Gabriel Magalhaes. Don't agree with it. I hate it. But we've seen it before with this manager, and that's one of the reasons why he will persist with Calafiori, because what you're seeing right now, he's going to say, yeah, it's all right. He's just got here. You know, what about the guy they're praising now, Gabriel Magalhaes? You know, we used to call him the bozo. We used to say the bozo, and he was a bozo.
He was, yeah.
He was
He
making
still has them moments. He still has them, but less so.
He was making the sort of catastrophic mistakes that we were associating with Socrates, Mustafi. That's hence the fact that we were really thinking, I'm not having this, I'm not having this. And then when he got his mate alongside him, Saliba, and they formed an understanding, he said, right, my job is to stop, win my battles, both from an offensive point of view and from a defensive point of view. If anyone wants to, be one-on-one with me, they're not getting past me, because I'm going to use my body shape to make sure you're not going to turn me. If you're going to turn me, fine, try it. I'm going to get back and tackle you. I'm going to use my whole body shape to mean that I'm going to win my duels. If you're going to try and outpace me, I've got the pace to get back with you, get and keep up with you. But also, you want to win a headed duel with me, I'm going to win on my headers. So he's improved to that extent. But on the ball, we've got a situation there. Southampton this weekend, when we were looking at building an attack, he couldn't do it. His first thing to do is give it to someone else, lend it. But when he tries to play the long pass, it's poor. PSG, the same sort of thing. When European football, now that's the biggest equaliser, because in Europe, you're going to, especially when we played PSG, we made it look easier because our shape was all right. But they had a period in second half where they had the ball, and they looked really good on the ball. In those sort of games against a better composition, you're going to need a bit more than what Gabriel gives you from a defensive point of view in terms of being able to build attacks. I do fear that will happen, because whatever you say about Calafiori as defender, on the ball, he's a lot better than Gabriel. And that's why I beseech all the guys in the chat, I beseech all three of you to keep your eye on that. Keep your eye on that for attack.
No, I think you could be onto something here, yeah, real talk, because Ben White's decent on the ball and decent defensively, and he's been very good at right back. Yeah, but Timber's better than him. Let's just be real with it. Timber is better than him, but Timber had that injury, so that's put the plans back a year, right? Yeah. Because he was brought in to replace Ben White, 100%. Yeah, Ben White is very good, but at the same time, you're right with Calafiori. Calafiori is better on the ball than probably most of our players, if we're being honest.
Yeah, but that's the thing,
But now, can he defend? And just very quickly, sorry, 1 second here. I just want to read this comment very quickly. Yeah. There it is. There it is. The two players that left him for dead were lightning fast, though. Yeah, he should study his duels better. Or I think is he talking about the player study his duels better, or me? I don't know. Yeah, either way. Yeah, if a player's leaving you for dead, you're out of position. Yeah, or you can't read the game properly. Because a player, if you're a defensive player, yeah, you should not be being left for dead. Whether you're playing left back, centre back, whatever, that means you've not read the game properly. Yeah, when was Tony Adams ever blitzed past? Very rarely. Yeah, when was Rio Ferdinand ever blitzed past? Very rarely. Why? Because they could read the game. John Terry. Yeah, it happens. Of course it happens. But you didn't see it twice in one game. You didn't see it twice in 10 minutes. Yeah, every time we see Calafiori at the weekend, Kenny, you was live at the game. Yeah, you see him sit you see him sit that geezer down in the penalty box up that end, because that's your end in the second half. Yeah. But why is he always up there? Yeah, this is the same with Zinchenko for me. Yeah. Yes, he wants him to do that, and he's telling him to do that. So he's doing it, and well done. He's going forward. He's running all over the gaff. His 1-2s, his passing, all that cool. Yeah, but every time I've seen this guy play for Arsenal, he looks awful defensively, mate. And I know it's a new league and all of this and that, cool, whatever. Yeah, but if he's going to be the replacement for Gabriel Magalhaes, yeah, then sorry, mate, that's a backward step for me. Yeah, and the only way that's going to happen is if Gabriel wants to leave anyway.
Well, you know what it is, right? It's that the way I look at it, right? There's two Mikels. The Mikel that a lot of fans love is the Mikel that when we don't have the ball, he's got a bit of a Mourinho in him. Everyone's a system. You know how Mourinho's talked about Joe Cole. Joe Cole scores the winner against Liverpool. Liverpool beat Chelsea. Chelsea beat Liverpool 1-0. Gets a winner. But Mourinho spent half his post-match interview saying, I don't like this guy. He's got two faces. The second face, I don't like. He's not market, he's not working with the ball. So, for instance, Mikel's got that kind of Mourinho, George Graham sort of thing. Organisation, practice. Get it right. Mark your men. Don't let. If an attacker gets in behind you, clear the ball. Win your duels. Don't let the opposition have any control around the pitch. Don't allow any counter attacks. If teams try to counter attack, make sure they don't have a spare man. That's Mikel. That's George Graham football. But the other Mikel is Pep. There's a Pep. So, for instance, he's like, how do I say? He's like, if you want to, all right, I'll look at it this way, right? Let's talk about the Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk and Bruce Banner. So, for instance, Bruce Banner, right, is the one like Pep, great on the ball. All the centre halves can play any position on the left-hand side. John Stones could play the second DM in that team in order to replace Rodri. So, in big games, Johnny Stones will play alongside Kovacevic. Why? Because he's good on the ball. So that's Bruce Banner. That's a Bruce Banner personality of Arteta. And then you've got the Hulk, the one who doesn't want to give anything away. And that's the thing. And that's why I say our manager's got a split personality. And I think that eventually he's going to want someone who's good on the ball. And if that man is Calafiori. Well, I'm convinced of it.
Kenny, I'm just time after time, he buys his players. We saw it with the goalkeeper. Everybody thought we was crazy last year. Oh man, y'all, how can these old fools sit up there and say that he's getting rid of Ramsdale? Well, hey, he's getting ready to get rid of Ramsdale. We just letting y'all know. Then a year later, now y'all clapping for him at Southampton. And then you go out and spend $90 million. You try to go spend $90 million on Mudryk. And then you bring in Timber. Then you bring this player. Whenever it's crazy now. Whenever they bring in a player, they try to ease somebody out the door. If Sterling was to catch on fire, somebody would be eased out the door, and then we can get Sterling for pennies on the dollar. We can get him on in. But see that's not working out right now. So they're going to send him on back. But I guarantee you that if the right offer come in for Gabriel Magalhaes in the summer, they'll take it. I guarantee, especially if we don't win anything. They'll take it, and then the next thing you know, it's like you said, they'll be sliding them in, and then people will be wondering, well, how did this happen?
Yep, I rate the fact that they're buying players to potentially replace other players, because we didn't do that for years. I get that, but at the same time,
buy the right players,
buy the very best players, because we got sold a youth project, and all this crap. Cool, great, fantastic. That came to nothing. We did the English core, the German core, and all of this other core. Yeah, it was just a load of core bollocks. That's what it was. Yeah, all these things. We always have to have some phrase every season, don't we? Yeah, trust the process. British core, German core. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Every year we have to be that phrase club. Yeah, with what I'm watching with this guy. Yeah, I'm telling you now. Yeah, he will be at FC Como in 2 seasons. That guy is no good to play in the Premier League. I'm sorry, Kenny. Yeah, he's not good enough.
Yeah, right,
hopefully he changes my mind. But let's be real.
He won't change my mind. I'll tell you one thing. If he don't work, he'll get someone else to. He's not gonna. That is always going to be a part of his mind. He's always thinking ahead. Can I get this team to play better? And that is one of the situations we see. Look at it. If you told us when everyone was singing that ridiculous, tribute to status quo, Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. You tell some of the fan base that 2 years later, Emil Smith Rowe would be playing for Fulham, and that'd be surplus requirements, and there'll be 4 or 5 players ahead of Emil Smith Rowe. They'll fight you, because in that season, and the season where we should have gotten into the top 4. It was Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. Every season.
Last summer, I sat here and I said, on this show and multiple other shows, Smith Rowe needs to be sold. You said it. We all said it. We said he needs to be sold. He ain't going to get a game. Yeah. Oh, you're toxic. You're toxic. Now fast forward a summer. Oh, it's great business.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Kenny is what you just said, right? It's all right buying players to replace current players, right? How about buy some players that can score goals?
Say it again, Jess. Stop right there. Say it one more time, Jess. Say it one more time for everybody.
Yes. The only player that we're going to get next, the only player that Mikel Arteta wants is Sesko. Who's Sesko? That's the guy he's thinking, right, that's my man. That's the guy who I think that who's going to be able to play up top for me. That's the only, because at the end of the day, I haven't heard anything about any other striker. I haven't heard from about Gyökeres. There's a lot of people in our fan base who've got a Gyökeres fetish. You know, they're saying stuff about the goals he scored for Sport. And then, you know, last year it was a Osherman fetish until they watched the African nations and they went, oh God, don't fancy that. Don't fancy that for the meal. And then it was Ivan Toney, and then all the other clubs in the Premiership think, no, Ivan Toney doesn't press from the front. He just wants to play a free role and score goals and everything. So it's one of those things. Our manager, I think it's going to be Sesko and that's a problem. But the problem we got, to be honest, there's going to be a time when centre forwards are going to be extinct. That it's going to be your like your inverted wingers and your false number nines are going to be the men, because Dave, Lewandowski, Harry Kane, and Haaland are going to be a very dying breed. You know who you've got to thank for that? Thierry Henry. He killed the centre forward.
No, blame Wenger. Go on, mate. Go on. Go, mate.
No. I was just gonna say this. I don't know, Kenny, because we over here in America we got a conundrum. Anybody, all my American brothers, Daryl in the chat, he'll tell you. The NFL went through this thing where the running back position just basically just disappeared. Now all of a sudden people are like, well, hell, we actually need that position. Now you're seeing everybody put an emphasis on back to running the football again. I think what's going to happen is at some point it's going to go back to where the striker position. I think I'm in a disagreement, but I think it's going to be a case of you're going to end up going back to that because of you've got these midgets out on the wing. You're crossing the ball in to 5 foot. Look at what we do. We're crossing the ball in. Nobody's on the team outside of Kai Havertz is the one that we're crossing the ball into. And people, what the first thing people say? Oh, he's tall. He can hit the ball. He's tall. He can hit the ball. He's taller. Hit the ball. They're gonna go back to that old style. It's just a matter of is the striker that you go for, is that person going to be able to do it in this league? And then we all know how the Premier League is. The Premier League either is going to make you or break you. It's either you're going to do all right like Holland, or either you're going to go right down to Charlotte and then you're off to France. So it's just a case of who and what's going to happen. Now, in our situation, in our case, what we need to do is, because we're in a situation where we're not building anymore, we're not climbing the ladder. We just nailed it. We need to go out and buy the best available striker. I want to remind people, Lee, we talked about this after the fan count. We spent $50 million for Jesus. That doesn't get talked about because we was all on Havertz 65. We spent 50 for Jesus, who is yet to do anything of note at this football club. So it is time for us, if this team is serious, if Edu is serious, if Garlic is serious, if Conk is serious, if Arteta is serious, if this fan base, because the fan base can play a part in this, if they are serious, they would demand in January that January 1st, 2025, we sign the best available goalkeeper. If he's not available, not goalkeeper, striker. If he's not available, make him available. Put the money on the table. It's put up or shut up now. That's what we are. It's put up or shut up.
Absolute facts. Let me grab this super chat quick. What about Saliba? Troops are saying Real Madrid scouts were at the game, the last game, and Rudiger was talking about him. He could leave in the summer. Mate, I think Saliba, they'll cash in on him. Because I think if we don't win anything this season, I think Saliba's going to bounce, mate. Yeah, we'll get massive money for him. Yeah, Madrid have got the money.
Lee, we're going to lose 2 or 3 players this summer if we don't win anything this year.
So somebody in the chat earlier, I can't remember who it was. Yeah, I should have started. Said you can't compare us to Real Madrid. Well, I can, because we knocked a stadium down to be like them.
Financially, all teams that have got new stadiums, you know, Dave, you got to remember one thing: football clubs are businesses, and the main reason why teams knock down stadiums is because they want to be able to compete financially off the field with the big clubs. Man City, you know, Arsenal built the Emirates Stadium because Man United would leave them. Well, basically, let's just say Man United had a 75,000 stadium. We had 38,000. We had about less than 40,000 less capital coming to the club. That's why it was built. So when David Dean and his acolytes say that Arsenal built the Emirates so they compete with Man United, Barca, and Bayern Munich, they're telling you the truth. But Arsenal fans, and I say it in a nice way, it's you are.
That's another fine, by the way. That's a fine.
That's not me.
Oh, it's Matty. Yeah, that's fine. That's a fine.
No, that's not me. My phone's off. My phone's off.
Yeah, but it must be
Chess.
No, I don't.
Was that your phone? Whose phone's going off?
No, mine's on silent, man.
No, mine's off as well. One thing I would say, right, is I think Arsenal fans, if they think us moving to the Emirates Stadium is going to be a prelude for us to compete on the pitch, they're absolute pork chops. Clubs don't move stadiums to compete on the pitch. Clubs move stadiums in order to compete financially on the field so they can have enough revenue. That's me this time, isn't it?
It was in the last time as well.
Yeah, them bells, man. Ding, ding, ding. Fight.
Someone said, "Why do you compare us to Madrid? You can't. Why do you compare us to Madrid? We haven't won a Champions League." Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But I'll tell you why I compare us to Real Madrid. Yeah, because when Peter Hillwood told us we're moving to compete with them, yeah, we all got gassed up because we were winning everything at that time at the Emirates. At Highbury. Yeah, so we were thinking, right, we're going to move into this new stadium. We're going to go and compete with Real Madrid. The only thing we're competing with Real Madrid is off the pitch financially. Yeah, we've outspent them in terms of money spent since 2012. Look at their squad. Look at what they've won. Yeah, look at what they have won in that time. What have we won? Yeah, like, let's be real with it. We're outspending them. Yeah, they've only had a couple of big summers. Yeah, the summer just gone. Who did they even buy in the summer? Mbappe, and he was free. And Endrick. Yeah, but that deal was already done before that. Yeah, other than that, who did they buy in the summer? No one. Yeah, the summer before that, who did they buy? Jude, £86 million, 100 million euros. Yeah, the season before that, who did they buy? I think it was it Chouameni? No, that was the season before. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, last season they loaned Joselu. Yeah, and Real Madrid fans are saying they miss Joselu. They miss him, and they do miss that type of player. We miss that type of player. We need a player. I'll tell you a player right now. I watched Girona at the weekend. Yeah. Girona goalkeeper saved 3 penalties in that game.
Lee, did you're talking about watching the game because I watched the Real Madrid game. Did you see Pepe all over the place? The first half of that game. They say he was watched up. Did
you see Pepe's goal the other day? You see his goal the other day? What a goal, bruv. Yeah. But the player, I'll tell you something, yeah. That manager at Girona brought off the bench Christian Stuani.
Stuani, man.
He's 38 or 39 years old, bro. Yeah, last season he bagged about 15 or 20 goals. Yeah, off the bench, first cross into the box from a player that we should have signed, by the way, called Asprilla, who was at Watford, and they signed for 18 million euros. We could peer over London Colney training ground into Watford's training ground and say, he's a player, we'll have him. Instead, we let him go Girona, 18 million. He is a fucking baller, that kid, mate. Unbelievable. Anyway, they put a ball into the box. He's just come off the bench, bullet header, mad save. Yeah, that Bilbao goalkeeper made 5 of the greatest saves I've seen in that second half, mate. Unbelievable saves he was making. Yeah. Then it goes for a corner, off the corner, penalty. Stuani steps up and scores the penalty. He's on 3 goals already this season. That's more than anyone in our team. or level with everyone. I think 29's on 3 as well, isn't he? That's his 3rd league goal of the season. How many of our players have scored 3 league goals? And he sits on the bench. Yeah, he scored about 15 or 20 goals last season off the bench. Why? Because he's about 6'4". Yeah, fucking 6'4" wide. His friend still can. Yeah, and he's an actual difference maker. He uses his size and his strength. Yeah, and he's not the best player. I'm not saying we should go and buy him. I'm not saying that. But where's that type of player in our team that we can say, right, we're throwing you on for the last 5 minutes? Michel Sanchez threw him on in the 93rd minute. Yeah, and there was 9 minutes of stoppage time. They threw him on the 93rd minute, straight away, nearly scored. Corner comes in, penalty. Yeah, bang, straight in. Where's our player like that? Where's our player to throw off the bench that can cause a nuisance up front and score straight away? Because this guy did it time and fucking time again last season for Girona. And he's happy to sit on the bench. Go and find me a player like that. Yeah, why don't we get Morata? Morata was sat on the bench last season for a lot of it. Why don't we go and buy him? £10 million. Yeah, he's a donkey, yes. Yeah, but guess what? He's a winning donkey. He's won 18 trophies. And he can score. Yeah, just keep putting the ball in the box, he'll fucking score. Yeah, but Raheem, yeah, you guys are saying Trossard and Raheem. Yeah, Trossard's my favourite player at the club. He's our best player by a mile. Yeah, Raheem's that player as well. But none of these players are 6'2", 6'4", yeah, and 6'3" wide. Like big lumps that coming on, bang, bullet headers. When do we score bullet headers?
Just sign.
We're putting all these aimless crosses into the box. Sorry, Jez, go on.
Just sign Kenny. He'll do the job.
Well, I play in goal nowadays, and let me say something now. I'm aching from just playing. It's been a long, long time. But
and I'm about to retire, so I'm not playing striker.
Get Curtis Shaw out of retirement, mate. He was a striker.
I saw some footage of Curtis Shaw when he was playing for the AFT team. He scored some bangers for them. You know what I mean? He scored some really good goals. There was one, I think there was a rival game. It was when it was at DTFC when he scored a banger in it.
Yeah.
When he put it in for a back. He turned and shot in the top corner against DTFC. That's what I thought. Hang on here, we've got a player on our hands here. You know what I mean?
Another fine. You're racking it up, Kenny. You're racking it up.
Hey, it's not me, mate. The text ain't come through unless it's me other. All my phones are turned off now.
It's me, mate. I've got to bounce.
Okay.
No, I just had some really bad news. So,
sorry, mate.
Yeah, oh shit. Yeah, my son-in-law's just been confirmed with stage 4.
Oh
cancer.
No. Oh, sorry to hear this. Right, you need to be with your daughter. Yeah, that's just.
I can't get there till tomorrow. So, anyway, yeah.
Sorry to hear that, Jez.
Yeah.
What was that? I missed that. Sorry.
My son-in-law. Sorry, this is my daughter. Jodie has just confirmed Rob has cancer, stage 4 bowel cancer. Going to do a biopsy, check his lymph.
That's
mad. Yeah, we'll wrap this up, mate. We'll wrap this up. That's fucking sad, mate. Sorry to hear that, mate.
No, but news like that, that's we might as well wrap this up, because that's just sobering news.
Fucking 39, man. Jesus Christ.
No.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
That's crazy. Nah, fuck that. We'll wrap up, Jez. Sorry to hear that, mate. Let's up this chat as well.
You carry on. You carry on.
We just want to sort, but
just go, man. Go be with the family, bro.
Catch you later, boys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, Jezza. I'll text you in a bit, mate. Love, bro.
We'll send you a message.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you at 3:15, Lee. And
3:15 UK.
Yeah. Take care, boys.
I'll see you Wednesday.
Take care, mate. See you, mate.
Take care.
Sad times, man. Very sad.
That's
the thing. You never know when you could be time up and that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's mad. That's mad. Well, listen, big up to everyone locked in. There is 600 in there. Make sure you sub to Jez. His links in the pinned comment. Sorry. Same as Matty's channel. Same as Kenny's Insta. But yeah, that's probably the best time or place to wrap up now. Is there anyone live that we like? Is there actually anyone we like that's live, guys?
I don't know. I'll be
Northside live.
This one.
Yeah, I think no. You know what? I think Northside is having. So I think. Let me see. I think he is on today. Let me see.
Let me have a look. Where's Northside?
Yeah, he goes on an hour. He's on an hour.
Okay. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, 1 hour. He tried to do a watch along yesterday, Northside, yeah, for Benfica versus Nacional. Yeah, the fucking fog called the game off right before kickoff. Yeah, it was too foggy to play the game. He was fuming. He sat there for 50 minutes here, waiting for the game to fucking start, and then they called it off.
Call it off.
He was going crazy. Big up Capo, bro. Big up Neftali, man. Love always, bro. Bless up this chat as well, by the way. Bless up to this chat. Yeah, this chat's always lit, man. Bless up to all of you guys, man. Every single one of you that's locked in. Yeah, I'm so blessed with this community we have on here, yeah. You guys tune in every day. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Every single time. But yeah, there's nothing else we can really talk about, bro. Like, it's pretty much done. So yeah, is there anyone that
we covered the charges? Yeah, we covered the charges, so that got covered. So yeah.
Yeah, we've covered the Saka debate, the Calafiori one.
Kenny.
What else?
Is that the Calafiori?
Calafiori. Yeah, we know he's at FC Como.
Oh, you know what we didn't cover? We know we didn't cover. I think did we cover Kai Havertz, the injury?
No. Let's talk about that.
He's not injured. I can tell you that now. He's not injured.
He's not injured. Yeah. It's kind of well, let's just say, it's Dave, common sense. One thing I'm going to say before we go, it's going to be something really short. Get used to a lot of rotation from the big six clubs, because we're up until February, we're going to be playing a game every 2-3 days because of the increase. And just think that with the international breaks, the games are all important there. Qualifiers a lot, so just keep an eye on that. I would say to a lot of our fans. So don't be surprised if you see rotating squads with Sterling starting games, because we have to. Even Arteta's going to have to rotate. It's a footballing fact now.
Hey, Lee, line text is live. I just he live.
Let me redirect the line text.
I don't know if you have on what you call it. Hold on, I'm gonna drop it in the chat in case it's not on. I don't know if he has it on.
Yeah, let's see. Big up to everyone locked in, man. Make sure you smash these likes up as well, guys. Make sure you smash these up. Kenny, what you got coming up this week, man?
Well, I've I know definitely Jez. I'm going to do my fan thing, but obviously my thoughts are with Jez and his family. It's a difficult time because that's the worst news ever, and the age is just shocking. I remember when I remember when I was 39. The thought of that happening to me didn't even cross my mind when I was 39. I'm 52 now, so I was just saddened, actually saddened and crushed by that news.
No, very, very sad, man. Very sad. What you got coming up, mate? We're going to redirect to line text. It's got redirects on, yeah.
I was supposed to go to the Jazz, but we're not even worried about that. So if I may do something myself on Thursday, and line up a show, a recap show, what have you. But fellas, as always, man, enjoy this. My favorite part of Mondays is seeing you.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, it's always good, man. Hour and 44 minutes.
Going to I call it the virtual bar.
Yeah, we just say it as it is, and people don't like it.
It's a therapy session, Arsenal therapy session.
The thing is, though, like people don't like the fact that we still criticize players when we're sitting third in the league or top of the league or whatever. Yeah, but that's how. But that's how you have to
look at the fan cams and look at the in-play conversations during the game. What we're saying is very realistic. The in-play tweets, in-play Instagram posts, in-play Facebook posts, and some of the fan cams on the Super Channel, they were saying the same things we were saying, and they listened to the same things. Don't get me wrong; the majority of them were glorified. Saka is world class tweets, and what we could. Who needs another 9? Now we got Havertz. Well, they're always going to be more popular than all the other ones, but there are a few people just who questioned our in-game performance. But that's football. Yeah, Dave, there's room for everything. Can't be just people who agree with everything.
Yeah, facts, mate. Absolute facts. Yeah, we're going to redirect to Lion Text TV. Yeah, go and show him some love as well, people. Yeah, make sure you show this guy some love.
Real one.
Yeah, he is. He's proper. So we're going to do that. We're going to send you over there. And make sure you sub to him as well. Where is he? Why can't I find him again? I've already set the redirect up, but why can't I fucking find him, bro?
I put the link in the private chat.
Let me copy this. But yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow. I'm with Rance tomorrow. His manager's still in
14th.
Right, his manager is in 14th place. He's having a meltdown. He's not happy. Yeah, Saeed's. I don't know if Saeed's tried to fight anybody this week. Like tried to stop people eating their biryani. Like what was that?
Did you see the brother that was? Oh, I can't call his name. That was on with Saeed and Nuruddin was speaking in Dutch. It's Saeed.
Oh no, Aaron. You're talking about Aaron. Yeah, you're talking about Aaron. Yeah. And they were just nodding their heads like they understood what was going on. I was like, oh, mate, come on, what are they doing?
Saeed had me in stitches. I said, look at this. Like he know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's just nodding his head. I was like, what are you doing? No, they're funny, man. They are funny. Faz as well, man. Faz cracks me up. Nuruddin's hilarious, mate. Like, honestly, and Aaron's a bad boy, man. Big up to Aaron always.
It was funny is that when I watched the United fans, it's like, yeah, I know about that feeling, buddy. Because we were there about 4 or 5 years ago. We were there, bro. We were right there. I remember.
You know the thing with the Premiership, it's so 4 wins on a bounce in the league, and they'll be having a different conversation. And that's how the thing is. They're capable of doing it because of the players they got.
Mm.
That's how weird this league is. They're not going to win the league, but you know how it changes. Like a few weeks ago, Spurs fans were throwing their toys out the plane because we beat them. Now everything was great, and then yesterday they went back to being Spursy.
Yeah, but this is the thing with modern football, yeah. Right? They lose a couple of games, they're all going mad. Get the manager out. Brennan Johnson deactivates his Instagram. Yeah, now they're all gassing up Brennan Johnson, saying apologies to Brennan Johnson and all of this and that. Oh, and the manager's cool. Only for them to go and fucking lose to Brighton. Yeah, stop gassing shit up and start saying it as it is, innit? Instead of going up and down, up and down, up and down. Just say it as it is. Yeah, like they ain't gonna win nothing in my entire life if I live to 142. They're shit. Yeah, and until they change that football club from top to bottom, it ain't changing. Yeah, Daniel Levy, is only doing what the fans accept. Yeah, the fans never called it out for long enough. Do you remember when they did their protest? They had fucking Ed Sheeran look like with a banjo outside the ground. Yeah, and they had about 5 people there. Yeah, and then they had the bird with the fucking carrier bag from the fucking Spurs club shop. I won't Levy out. Shut the fuck.
Yeah,
you just bought something from the shop, you dumb bitch. Like, get out of here, man. I thought it was tapped, man.
Hey, I've got a chaotic household, so I'm gonna have to.
No, we're gonna go. We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna redirect here. Lion Tex has only got right now 4 people watching him. Yeah, we need to make that change right now.
Help him out.
He's on 146 subs. Yeah, that needs to change right now. Bless up to everyone. I'm back with Rants about 2:15 UK time, and then I was supposed to be on with Jez straight after, but. We'll speak on that maybe tomorrow. I'll let you know what's going on. But bless up to Jez, his family, thoughts and everything with his family. Big up to the chat as always. And we're out of here. We're out of here. Make sure you raid his chat line.
Everybody.
Love. Cronky out.
All love.
Edu out.